Amidst a growing geopolitical battle for dominance, China is upping the ante, increasing diplomatic pressure in a region where America seems to be losing footing, that is Africa. Chinese diplomats have reportedly threatened to cancel a summit and called top officials in two African countries to pressurize lawmakers to quit an international parliamentary group that was critical of Beijing. In the past year, lawmakers from Malawi and Gambia withdrew from the Interparliamentary Alliance on China, or IPAC, which is a group of hundreds of lawmakers from 38 countries concerned about how democracies approach Beijing. So these are pressure tactics. These are pressure tactics that are at play here. Gunjan Singh joins me to talk more on this. Gunjan, there's nothing new in this. This is a pattern that China follows, especially when it comes to African countries. But the fact that it continues unabated with no response whatsoever from Washington is not harboring for good signs ahead.
Yes, and thank you for having me on the panel. But China has consistently done that with Africa, right? And also, when you look at IPAC and the recent pressure, is also you have to look in the perspective that Taiwan is an important factor here. Taiwan became a member of IPAC last year. The summit was held in Taiwan, and it's also about the UN resolution about the true China kind of a thing. Is it the PRC or the ROC? And Chinese have been pushing it to make the acknowledge that the UN resolution by which PRC was recognized as the legitimate representative of the Chinese people should be associated or linked with the One China policy. And also, given the US policies right now, the tariffs and...
so you're saying Washington is preoccupied. Washington is preoccupied with some of its trade policies and does not have the time to focus on Africa.
Yes, and the US aid will leave the withdrawal or the reduce of US aid going to Africa will actually give China almost a free run, I would say, because African nations are dependent on the US aid. And given that the US is withdrawing and given the fact that Chinese trade and China is heavily investing in African nations, China will have a big sway. It will continue to arm twist, and it has been doing that consistently. But now it doesn't have any counter, because if the African nations don't align or agree to what the Chinese government is saying, it's very difficult for them to look for alternative, because China is their only alternative.
Gunjan, the one thing you said about the absence of US aid grants to Africa is a huge factor. But China doesn't give grants, it only gives expensive loans. How do you see that affecting? Do you see more BRI push in Africa?
Yes. Yes, Chinese have not given a lot of aid, but they do provide some aid to the African nations. And also the fact that till date, the African nations had an alternative. My argument is, with the withdrawal of the US, the only alternative left to the African nations is China. The tariff, the trade will impact as well. Most of the trade tariffs that's going up vis-a-vis the African nations will make them or push them to look for alternatives. The alternative as of today, sadly, is China for them as well. Chinese have invested a lot. I think the last African-China summit, China promised about $51 billion to Africa in investments. And this might be the only alternative for them for growth and development, healthcare, in multiple avenues now the Chinese will get in. I think the
all right, Gunjan, I will have to end this here.